Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to show you how to make a knife out of a rock. All that we're going to be using is a copper cap on a piece of wood. It's just a piece of black painted wood. A smaller one, a pressure flaker. It's a copper nail and you can put it in a piece of wood. In this case it's in a piece of Delron, some leather to protect our hand. As well as some kind of stone to grind the edges to make it smooth. I'm going to take flakes off of this to thin it down, like this. See that? I'm going to do that all the way around, thin it down. I'm keeping all the flakes for smaller arrowheads and blow dart points. I'm just going to whittle and shape the rock a little bit. Nice big flake, straight across. See that? Whew. The reason we're taking these big flakes is just to thin it and get rid of these bumps and to shape it. If you're making a knife to use for like fishing or hunting, you don't want it to be super thin or it'll break while you're using it. Also, the thinner you make your knife, the more likely you are to come across problems in the stone that might break it. Like that. As you get down thinner, you're going to want a smaller billet, so I'm going to use a really small one just to start trying to finish this up. These flakes can make nice little arrowheads. I keep all of them. I got a tiny little rock splinter cut right there. I'm gonna have to pick that out with the tweezers. So this stuff is extremely sharp. Try to thin the base a little bit. It's a little thick right here. So we could put it on a handle. I want this section to be a little bit thin. You're also trying to take the curve out of the piece as you're going along and doing your thinning flakes. And that you'll learn how to take the curve out as you go along. We've got this lump right here. I'm going to try to take a flake off, just a small one. See how it lessened that bump? And that's what you're going for with these pieces. Alright, so at this stage it's called a biface. It has two worked sides. It does have a little curve and a ridge here, but if you keep that ridge in, it'll make the knife stronger. A lot of people like to get rid of it by hitting from the base up, but you risk snapping the blade, and I'm not going to do that on this kind of rock. There's other kinds of rock that you could practice that on. So we've got it down to the basic shape. Gotta hit right here. Come in from the other side. Thickness right in here by removing some mass. See that? And that'll thin it out. Just gotta be careful doing it. I'm hitting into the rock, like into the rock. So I'm not hitting straight down, hitting in. Okay, looking pretty good. This is called an ishi stick. You put it under your leg and hit it to remove flakes with the copper tip. I'll just show a little bit of that. It does the same exact thing, just more focused. This is really good for really sharpening it. Putting in little tiny serrations. All right, got the knife shape now. I'm gonna put in little grooves so it can tie into a stick. And these are called notches. Just a space for sinew or string to tie in. Final stage is the pressure flaking. Same thing, just even smaller flakes now. Making the edge sharp. Also shaping it as you go along. See little tiny flakes now. Little tiny things. Wanted to keep some of the color in there. There's pink in here. I didn't want to lose it. Then the base a little more. All right. Could take care of the tip a little bit. The tip has a slight curve to it. I don't like slight curves in my knife. It doesn't really affect the cutting, I just don't like how it looks. So I got a thick spot right here. I'm gonna try to get rid of it with the indirect again. See that? We'll do one more right next to it. One more. There we go. Okay. Gotta sharpen up that tip again. But this is stage one done. Now I'm gonna find a stick and half the knife. Pretty. This here, I put it in the product list. It's a telescopic stool. So it folds into itself. Very, very portable. See how I made it smaller? Then you can fold it all the way down to carry with. All of those flakes I could make arrowheads from. So I think what I'm going to do is, the base is kind of wide. I don't want an extremely thick handle, so I'm going to bring the base in a little bit and fit it to a knife. It's a pretty stone. Alright, so I stopped right here to finish up that knife. Just wrapped it up. I carved out a stick. A nice handle. Nice knife. Really nice. Just for a quick example, I took one of these flakes. I napped it into an arrowhead. Ready to hunt with.